3 years ago today, I saw this painting for the first time. But it wasn't until this past April that I was really able to appreciate the meaning of this painting. Today I'm going to be teaching you all about the calling of St. Matthew. And although some of you may have zero interest in art, I assure you that I was in the same situation. But after going to Rome and seeing this painting for the second time, that's when I really was able to understand how much meaning there was behind art, and that really enriched my travels. The Calling of St. Matthew is painted by Caravaggio. He's one of Italy's most famous artists. And completed in the year 1600, Caravaggio used his painting skills to incorporate symbolism, and he used a special painting technique that he actually perfected almost. The Calling of St. Matthew is located in a church in Rome called San Luigi dei Francesi. He was born in Milan, Italy in 1576, and he was active in many Italian cities, and at one point was considered the best artist in Italy. Some of the symbolism in the work, you can see St. Matthew is depicted as a tax collector with 4 other men. And on the right of the painting, you can see Jesus pointing to the 4 men very casually, almost imitating, I don't know if you have seen the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, but there's a similar way where Adam, in the creation of Adam, he is also pointing just the same way as Jesus is in this painting. And if you look closely at the painting, every man that is looking at Jesus has their face illuminated by light. And this is symbolizing how, if you are noticing Jesus, if you're noticing Jesus, they have their faces illuminated because Jesus is he is the light, and that's what Caravaggio is trying to tell us with his painting. And if you notice, the men who aren't looking at Jesus have their faces kind of darkened. And is there anyone here who thinks they can identify St. Matthew in this painting? No? Yeah?
He's the guy pointing to himself, right?
Exactly. So, the painting being called The Calling of St. Matthew, and as I said before, Jesus is pointing toward the 4 men. St. Matthew is pointing to himself, asking the question as if, who, me? Why would you choose me? And you can see that he's a tax collector. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's coins on the table that they've been counting every day. And the painting technique that Caravaggio uses to highlight all of this is called chiaroscuro, which is also known as tenebrism. It's a skill where Caravaggio uses the very dramatic uses of darkness and light in the painting. And as you can see in this painting, there's a very extreme change in darkness and light in between people. And for example, the space between Jesus and the table, and just in general, the painting is very dark, but people in the painting are very much illuminated. And with this painting technique, which Caravaggio perfected, he was able to inspire the Baroque period in art in Italy. The Calling of St. Matthew is a painting created by Caravaggio, one of Italy's most famous artists. And he uses painting skills in order to incorporate chiaroscuro so that he could highlight many different aspects of this painting. And I hope now that you will all be able to find more meaning in art from around the world, and that it makes your travels that much better. Thank
you. Okay. Alec, how did that go compared to your first?
I definitely felt less prepared for this one.